Buenos dias and welcome to GPJ for Nelly said Mary Poppins. Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo 2003. This is the bonus round because there were lack of questions and stuff, so I'm just gonna do the most common movie mistakes and then trivia and try to answer as many of them as I can in under 20 minutes. So here we go. Okay, continuity mistake. When the dentist wants to put Nemo in a bag, he has a Ziploc or plastic bag with a zipper. But then he finally catches him. It has changed to a normal plastic bag. This might just be a quick sleight of hand thing, because like he has the Ziploc bag, and it's got rigid edges. That's probably why he used the bag. So it's kind of like it's easier to kind of loop a fish around in or whatever. He can't really keep the fish in that because, as we know, they're never airtight. Never ever airtight. Those things are never airtight. So he just quickly he hooks them up, has a normal plastic bag here, and then kind of just pops them in and then does it up and then puts him by the fish tank. So there you go. So that one's easy to explain. There is, for a bite that counts, alligator floss poster in the background when the pelican is flying around the dentist office, and it seems to move positions. I don't have an excuse for this. I could just argue that it was in one scene when they were setting up stuff for the actual room, and then when it came to the actual pelican sliding around thing, they decided to move it because it pulled focus or something. You know, it's no big. That's not really a big one. No, no, that's petty. At the beginning of the film, Marlin, the clownfish, the father clownfish, sees that only one egg is left and turns it over in his fins. In the other shots, his fins are nowhere near long enough to actually be able to kind of touch. They're kind of flappy and they kind of can't really touch. So how did he do that? How did he do that? There is no answer. That's a genuine good one. I like that. That's picky. Throughout the film, there's lots and lots of distance and scaling mistakes, and that's only because they wanted to give things larger sense of scale. For example, when we see at the beginning of the movie, we see I forgot what the name of the fish is. The parent fish are met by that silver. Damn it! I can't remember the name of the fish. That silver fish anyway that eats all the eggs and kills the mother. We assume we basically see that it's there's like a shot of it and it's like right here. It's this size, you know, and it's clear that that's a bit far away. But in the other shot, we see that when we see like a pan out version, we see that it's actually like my arm's here. I pretend that's the fish, and they're there. This means that they would see the fish. They would see the bigger fish, like it would appear to be right here in the shot where we're actually looking at the fish. So it's just to give it a kind of scale and to show you how close things are actually and stuff, without lacking on detail and stuff like that. But this one just said that the boat is actually further away when Nemo's trying to look at the boat and trying swimming up to the boat and everything. That's basically just a perspective. It's kind of a perspective gag. It's meant to show that it's like although they're not actually seeing him that close, and it's impossible for his dad to see him at that distance. It's actually what he is seeing. You know, it's like it's just a zoomed in version of what they're seeing. It's just perspective and scaling gags. They're not really. It's not a real life representation, as it were. It's just what they're seeing, what they're perceiving. You know, it's just that. It's not really a continuity mistake. That's not anything. That's not anything. That's bullshit. Oh, well, really? Okay, here we go. Some of these shots, when we actually see the sky, the actual sky, not the underwater sky, you see that there's clouds, and when you're underwater, you see that there's actually sunlight shining through the water. It's You could just argue that it's the another perspective thing. Like from their perspective, everything's a lot brighter because they're fish and they live in the sea, and therefore they can actually see in the dark most of the time, or perceiving things in the dark. A lot of fish don't see that much. Actually, no, fish eyes do see a lot of color. So it's just I would say it's artistic license, but essentially it's just so that we can see what's happening. It's just a random lighting effect. They just magnify the lighting slightly. I mean, what's the big deal? That's not really a continuity or movie mistake. Okay, so going on to trivia. Okay, some of these will be Easter egg spoilers. So if you don't want to see the spoilers, then pause or cut off now. In the waiting room of the dentist office, you can see Buzz Lightyear clearly. I noticed this one clearly in front of the toy box in the waiting room. So there we go. If you look at the credits scene, if you wait until nearly the end, you see Mike Zazowski with a scuba mask on, swimming to the other side of the screen. That's one. Another Easter egg. If you look closely at all of the magazines that are in the movie, um, you will see that the kid in the waiting room, the one that's shocked at at what's happening in the dentist office, when the pelican's flying around and that action scene anyway, you'll see that on the cover of the magazine, Mr. Incredible is on the cover. So from The Incredibles, which is a really good movie. If you look closely at the tiki heads, then you'll notice that they resemble a few of the animators um, on animators and is it directors? Directors of they resemble they were modelled after some of the animators and directors of Finding Nemo. So I guess you could see that they do look kind of similar, I guess. If you got some versions of the DVD, then you'll notice that at the very end, you'll see that the anglerfish actually gets eaten by a very tiny little fish, which is kind of cute. Which is cute, I guess. I like that. I've seen that, I think. I don't remember that, but I do remember seeing that. I don't know. Oh, a part of the set for Monsters Inc. If you look in Boo's room, you see there's a fish mobile and stuff. This was kind of a harken not back but forward to Finding Nemo. Pixar, they love to throw in junk of all of their stuff, and they just kind of just mesh it all together. So there we go. But if you look at the oh crap, if you look in the dentist office, above the dentist chair, you'll see the same mobile. It's the same one. It's even the same scale. It's not been scaled down at all. It's quite cool. Ah, if you remember Jaws, then you'll notice that Bruce was the name of the mechanical shark in Jaws. It was the name of the actual prop, the mechanical shark prop in Jaws. And if you notice in Finding Nemo, the name of of the of the big shark, of the great white, is actually Bruce, and he's named after the mechanical shark. That's kind of an interesting one. As you may know, Pixar has this weird tradition of of part of the writer and part of the animators, writers, everybody basically gets put into the movie. You know, their voice talent gets put into the movie sometimes. Most of the times, in fact, there's at least one or two of Pixar's staff actually on the voice casts of things. If you and in Finding Nemo, Crush, the sea turtle, is actually Andrew Stanton, and he's the writer and director of Finding Nemo. So yeah. Oh, I like this one. This one's good. Um, in an Australian newspaper, some poor irate viewer of Finding Nemo wrote a long and indignant letter abusing the creators of the movie for using American pelicans rather than Australian pelicans. Noticeably, only for the fact that Aussie pelicans don't have brown feathers, and Nigel does. That's funny. The anonymous person was disappointed that the creators couldn't even make the effort to use native Australian fauna. The editor of the paper replied to the letter thusly: "Thank you for your heartfelt contribution. We also noticed a glaring mistake in Finding Nemo. Fish can't talk." Oh dear. However, it later goes on to say that this isn't an offence. You know, they don't mean to offend the person who wrote in. It's actually quite funny to them. So there we go. Let me just quickly see if there's any more before the time runs out. So this is the annoying part of my job, I guess. So what's next? Last chance to see. Oh, that's a documentary I'm watching at the moment. Oh, son of a bitch! I gotta do Short Circuit. Short Circuit. I don't like silly movies. I hate watching silly movies, and I have to pay attention to Short Circuit now to make sure that I get the. Awesome. Oh well. One thing. Offensive question time. Short Circuit, really? Son of a bitch. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's hope it isn't. Let's hope it isn't just as offensive as racist this time. Okay, today's joke was sent in by Katie. Katie? Katie? Yeah, that's the Katie. A Katie player. That's a joke in itself, I'm sure. Okay, here it is. As a white guy, I find black jokes offensive as they are black people in my family tree. Some are still hanging there. Oh, fuck. Why? 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 Why with a random Racism. Oh, I'm doing another one. I'm doing another one. Okay. This one was sent in by what's the name? Anita, Anita Cole, Anita Cole, in Anita Cole. I don't know. Okay. Did you hear about the two-car pileup, Mexico? 200 people died. Did you hear about the two-car pileup, Mexico? 200 people died. This is because they're supposedly just cramming lots and lots of people. It's just kind of racist. That's offensive too, I guess. Oh, I'm just gonna go with another one. Oh, I think I heard this one. This one was sent in by Jerry Thompson. Okay. What do you tell a woman with two black eyes? Nothing you already told her twice. Yeah. 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 No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to be back tomorrow with Short Circuit. I hate my life. It's this whole big thing.